on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey,
first down. Here's Cousins. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. The product of Jersey City to hear Whitehead on the sack. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Ben Gideon in on the stop. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
Right now.
Here's Jacobs. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
Well, they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. 33.
53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Here we go, 48.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
53's the mark.
On 3rd down, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going. So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go.
Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they're right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from the safety. That could have been disastrous. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had...
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Obviously, the back did some great work running a long way to score a touchdown, but how about the blocks that were set up? How about the vision in finding those openings and getting to the end zone?
Extra point up and good by Bailey. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we are tied at 7. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They go play action here on 1st down. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 23 yards, the final tally. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Keep it up. Keep it up. Check 9, check 9.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some room to work. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cousins now. Over the middle to Smith. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play they went over 20 yards. This time they topped 30. Now we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind. No pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback land on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. It's brought in by Dodson. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1.
You better bring it. You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. C.J. Ham, his 1st touchdown of the new season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Bailey got the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 18. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. An update from Buffalo. And that one pretty well wrapped up. The Bengals growing the lead even further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. One play has them up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. They run, Cook, and an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Cook has it left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
From the 27, Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Here's Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to regain the lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch. Take it to the house. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike.
To throw again, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs, and it's 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Hey, dude. Mike 5-4. Watch the curl.
Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Ben Gideon in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Lane 50. 6-6, pull it high.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a run with Cook. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
From the 39, Cousins looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And an alley to run. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Carlson on for the PAT. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw on second down. Cousins completes it right side to Doxson. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Tackle made that time by Anthony Barr. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave him with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Right now, 180. 54 Mike. I got you. I got you.
Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Well, sometimes, Brent, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
When the 4-3 defense is functioning really well, you know who stays what we call clean and no one gets to him? The guy playing the middle linebacker position, the guy we call Mike. That means the defensive front is eating up all the blocks and just let him go to the football and make a play.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Jenkins. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. He's back to throw.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Cousins. He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
All right, they picked up yardage, but they've got to get up to the line of scrimmage and spike it. They've got 1 timeout left. Want to save it.
Cousins to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young...
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. And a timeout is called. So now you're looking at probably just one final play from back in their own territory, and they're going to need a miracle. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield and nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
One final try now for Carr. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Minnesota, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.
It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You were Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man.